Beginning of the 1980 season was certainly a busy one for Giants quarterback Phil Simms. For openers, he was a brand new daddy. Chris Simms was born on August 29th, and a day later, Father Phil was sacked 5 times by the Jets in the team's preseason finale. And at a post-game press conference, Coach Ray Perkins blasted Father Phil for being too inconsistent. Stunned by Perkins' comments, Phil Simms had a week to get it back together again. But he had a week of late nights and little sleep, as any new father will tell you. But somehow, Phil Simms pulled it all off. The second-year quarterback threw 5 touchdown passes and a season-opening win over the Cardinals, which was a career high. Rolling now, the proud Papa would face Joe Theismann's Redskins in the Giants' home opener in Week 2.
The New York Giants' 1980 home opener. The opponent is a familiar one, the Washington Redskins. The last meeting between these divisional rivals saw the Giants upset the then first-place Redskins 14-6. New York played one of its finest games of the 1979 season in that contest, brilliantly combining a swarming, aggressive defense with a conservative ball control offense. Billy Taylor, number 38, and Doug Coder were the principals in a Giant ground attack that continually produced the tough yardage and the big plays. Coach Ray Perkins would begin the 1980 season without his starting backfield duo, forcing him to build his offense around second-year quarterback Phil Simms. Simms' 5 touchdown passes opening day, 4 to Ernest Gray, indicated that the sophomore signal caller was ready to shoulder his load. It is this combination that will pose the greatest threat to Jack Pardee and the Washington Redskins as they attempt to break their Giants Stadium jinx. Washington has never beaten the Giants at the Meadowlands, having lost 4 times to an inferior Giants team. Washington's defense would quickly gain the upper hand. Comprised of 4 All-Pro performers, 3 in the secondary, the Redskins controlled the potentially explosive Giant passing attack, allowing only the harmless short gain. Washington's 4th All-Pro anchors the defensive line. Coy Bacon, number 79, penetrated New York's offensive charge and stopped the Giants' running game. With Simms forced to throw, the Redskins keyed on Ernest Gray, quickly becoming New York's big play receiver. Simms' poor throw was the result of excellent man-to-man coverage by number 24, Lamar Parrish. Parrish's interception would begin a bizarre afternoon that would see the cornerback be both a hero and a goat. Joe Theismann's Redskin offense is a unique mixture of conservative short-yardage football and high-risk big-play football. Following last week's debacle against Dallas, Theismann went the safe ball control route, throwing primarily to his running backs. The strategy proved effective against the Giants. New York's aggressive linebacking unit often drops too deeply in passing situations, allowing the back to roam freely underneath the coverage. Clarence Harmon, number 38, took advantage of this weakness, scoring on a 20-yard pass from Theismann to give Washington a 6-0 lead. Another look at the touchdown reveals that Terry Jackson, number 24, a cornerback, was the only Giant in the area. There was not a linebacker to be found. With an early lead and little threat of a Giant running game, Washington's defense prepared to shut down Simms. But New York unexpectedly went to a ground attack. utilizing an unknown free agent from Arizona. Larry Heater, number 27, muscled and fought his way through the Redskin defensive front for drive-sustaining chunks of yardage. Heater carried the ball 7 times for 30 yards as the Giants' offensive line dominated the Redskins. While Heater's running was not spectacular, his second effort was the driving force behind the Giants' surge. With Heater forcing the Redskin defense to play the run, the Giants could once again look to Ernest Gray to open up their offense. Gray, held in check up to this point by All-Pro Lamar Parrish, finally had some room to maneuver, to use his speed and quickness to pick up big yardage. With the Giants at the Redskins' 7-yard line, Simms kept thinking big play, and that meant Ernest Gray. But Simms' hurried throw into traffic was again intercepted by Parrish, apparently leaving the Giants short of the mark. Simms and New York were given new life when Parrish was called for pass interference. Parrish's jubilation would turn quickly to disgust. 2 plays later, Mike Hogan barreled over from a yard out. Bill Simms had now seemed to regain the poise and cool he demonstrated a week earlier. His patiently engineered drive had given New York the lead. The Giants' defense, shaky against St. Louis in Week 1, would have to assert itself if New York was to take control of the game. With John Riggins no longer around, the Redskins' running game had lost its premier threat and was not likely to be a factor. But the Giants did not count on the emergence of free agent Ricky Clate, number 35. Clate's own form of power running set the stage for Washington's second touchdown of the afternoon. On a 3rd and short situation, Theismann again responded to the tendency of New York's linebackers to fall back into the secondary. This time, instead of hitting a back, Theismann raced untouched 37 yards to the end zone. Four plays after falling behind, the Redskins had bounced back. As is often the case, Theismann's play on the offensive end fired up his defensive teammates. But another chapter in the saga of Lamar Parrish would breathe some life into the Giants' offense. Parrish's second pass interference penalty in the second quarter, both against Ernest Gray, sparked Simms, and he stayed in the air, again looking for Gray. Gray's catch left New York a yard short on 4th down. Football tradition says you opt for the field goal in the second quarter, but the Giants had other ideas. Simms' play fake beautifully sucked in number 27 cornerback Ken Houston, allowing Alvin Garrett the step he needed to beat Houston to the football and the end zone. The game had become a seesaw struggle. Again, the Giant defense seemed to hold the key to the first half. This time, they were up to the challenge. It allowed Phil Simms the chance to go to Ernest Gray one more time. Simms was not content to go into the locker room with a 1-point lead. He wanted to ring it up against a bitter division rival. With Gray covered, Simms threw into the heart of the Redskins' defense. The result was predictable. Mark Murphy's interception and Coy Bacon's recovery gave Washington the chance they never should have gotten. Joe Theismann would soon be ready to make the most of it. Taking advantage of his mobility, Theismann hit Don Warren for 16 yards. With the Giants playing prevent, Theismann again went underneath the deep drop, making use of his running back, Bobby Hammond. Simms' turnovers seemed to take the life out of the Giant defense. 2 plays later, Wilbur Jackson carried over from 2 yards out with 26 seconds remaining in the half. Theismann had done what Simms was unable to do. Take what the defense gives you and no more. The result was 7 for the Redskins. In a game of rapidly changing momentum, Washington had the last laugh as the first half ended. Despite their 6-point halftime lead, broad smiles were not yet in order for the Redskins. A pensive sense of uneasiness was more the tone, for Phil Simms was back to battle for New York, the team he ignited for 5 touchdowns a week earlier. All pros like Joe Lavender find the frustration of a near interception fleeting. But for the NFL's youngest quarterback, his misfire was confidence-jarring. Washington's defensive front then proceeded to jar a little more than the Golden Boys' confidence. Thirteen-year veteran Coy Bacon has been sacking quarterbacks longer than Phil Simms has been shaving. Another look shows Bacon, number 79, at the bottom of the screen, utilizing both speed and strength to secure the inside route to Simms. Bacon is the Redskins' premier pass rusher, but the largest man on the field at 6'7", 285 pounds is Dave Butts, who can do some serious damage even while running at half speed. The bottom line of Washington's defensive surge is quite simply stated. In the third quarter, the New York Giants had the ball 3 times. They punted 3 times. They did not achieve a single first down. Meanwhile, Theismann spent the quarter organizing a 13-play drive. His first call, flying helmet over right tackle on 2. Wilbur Jackson may have misplaced his hat, but the ex-49er has apparently found a place with Pardee's Redskins. The absence of 1,000-yard rusher John Riggins means that both Jackson and rookie Ricky Clate, number 35, will play key roles in Washington's playoff chase. On this drive, they certainly did. Ricky Clate alone secured 3 first downs. Unfortunately, the Redskins' downfield thrust ceased at the Giant 26, and Mark Mosley, the NFL's most accurate kicker, was thwarted by the left upright. Mosley misses field goals about as often as he and his teammates root for the Cowboys. Washington dominated the third quarter, yet still led by only 6. They hope to capitalize after the Giants fumbled deep in their own territory early in the final period. Clayt, a previously unknown free agent from Bethune-Cookman, was among the leading rushers in preseason. Again, he keyed the attack. Clayt carried on 5 of the 7 Redskin plays. It is unlikely that he'll soon forget his final effort of the drive. Cornerback Terry Jackson made the alert recovery and fostered some thoughts among the visitors. The Redskins remembered the left upright, the fumble at the goal line, the 10 points that eluded their grasp. Would the 4-year Meadowlands jinx soon become 5? Trailing by 6 with over 10 minutes remaining, brash Phil Simms began to exude the leadership qualities that belied his age. Finally, on their 5th possession of the half, the Giants netted first down yardage. Simms was hot. Johnny Perkins' catch netted 16 more, and a repeat shows that this time, number 60 Brad Benson at the top of the screen steered Coy Bacon just enough to allow the play to work. Simms soon tired of settling for first downs, and his youthful exuberance paid off famously. Simms' fellow sophomore Tom Milady led all Giant receivers in the preseason, and his catch in the subsequent extra point gave New York a 21-20 advantage. Another look brings to light New York's improving offensive line, anchored by veteran center Jim Clack, that afforded Simms the time to rifle a strike to Milady. The Giants' sudden offensive rejuvenation marked the 6th time in the game the lead had changed hands. They hoped the pendulum had swung for the last time. All-Pro linebacker Harry Carson knows little of pendulums. However, he has rung the chimes of many an enemy running back in his day. He and his defensive mates dug in with 5.5 minutes remaining. Like the king of the ball control quarterbacks, Kenny Stabler, Theismann shrewdly drew from every member of his offensive pool in the hopes of mounting a comeback. John McDaniel, Don Warren, and number 83 Ricky Thompson all contributed, as Ricky Clayt finished as the game's leading rusher with 77 hard-fought yards. With just over 2 minutes left, number 28 Beasley Reese blitzed in untouched, but Theismann stood firm in the pocket. McDaniel's catch gave Mosley a chance for a reprieve. After missing from 43 yards out, Mosley was perfect from 45. Perfect when it really counted. Still, a field goal could win it for New York. A classic duel would decide it. Lamar Parrish returned after being shaken up in the 3rd quarter. He and Ernest Gray would go head-to-head. The dramatic game within a game. Gray won the initial encounter. Parrish was a step behind. Gray had moved New York 22 yards closer to field goal range. It was time for an all-pro to perform like one. Parrish led the NFC in interceptions last year, and clutch plays like this one proved why. He had virtually handed the Giants their second quarter touchdown. Now he had stolen the game from them. For Jack Pardee and his Redskins, the 4-year Meadowlands curse had been terminated. For Ray Perkins, a disappointing defeat. Theismann, who passed for only 120 yards, nonetheless had calmly guided the offense to a tough road win. Under the evening sky, Giant rookie Mike Dennis and Washington rookie Art Monk exchanged tales of life as a newcomer to the National Football League. These two teams will meet again soon, each remembering this 23-21 thriller in Giant Stadium.
Neither team even caught a whiff of the playoffs that season. The Redskins faded fast to 6-10. The Giants fared even worse, finishing at 4-12. And that futility prompted a coaching change for both teams, which in turn ushered in a brand new era in the NFC East. The 1980 season was Jack Pardee's last in Washington, and Joe Gibbs was hired from Don Coryell's staff the following year. A Giants assistant, an unknown named Bill Parcells, took over head coaching duties in 1983 and soon built a powerhouse behind Phil Simms and Lawrence Taylor. Today, over 20 years later, both Bill Parcells and Joe Gibbs are still coaching in the NFL, long enough to see Phil's son Chris play quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.